Hello, my name is Olivia and this is the 19th thing they should have taught you in school. There are 12 core clothing styles in fashion that branch out into their corresponding subgenres. Today, I'd like to talk about them in general terms because this isn't a topic I'm necessarily an expert in, but from an educational standpoint, they deserve a solid overview. Knowing these styles matters. It stops us from dressing in mismatched or disproportionate ways, saves the time we used to waste trying to force two or three pieces to work together, lets us instantly recognize what actually appeals to us, and ensures we only spend money on clothes whose vibe truly reflects who we are. Another upside is that the whole process becomes a little more eco-friendly because we drastically cut down the amount of clothing we'll eventually toss. It's not about stereotypes, it's about how the clothes end up feeling like an extension of how you actually move through the world. When it comes to the styles I've chosen for myself, here's the truth. I was a chaotic little nerd in early adolescence, then a dark romantic through the middle adolescence. By late adolescence, I was already thinking about ditching everything for that Asian minimalist look I feel complements me. Right now, you still see me in the clothes from my middle adolescence because they still fit. Quick tip, what really saved me during all this time was that I used a color wheel to match items with each other. Without further ado, casual. This style draws people who are grounded in real life and allergic to anything that feels performative. They're the ones who want clothes that disappear into their day, practical, breathable, ready for whatever comes next. You'll spot them prioritizing ease and quiet self-assurance over making an entrance. They're often busy, active types who value efficiency and a low drama wardrobe that still looks intentional. Bohemian. These are the restless creatives and idealists who treat clothing as an extension of their inner world rather than a uniform. They lean into fluidity, texture, and a certain relaxed defiance of structure. Think someone who values experiences, spontaneity, and self-expression over polish or trends. Classic stays pretty unified. It attracts composed, forward-thinking individuals who signal competence and quiet self-respect through clean lines and quality. They tend to be ambitious without needing to shout about it. People who plan ahead, value elegance, and see clothing as a reliable backdrop rather than the main event. Streetwear is where these subgenres start to feel like their own distinct tribes within one bigger category. At its heart, it pulls in alert, culturally tuned-in urban minds who treat clothes as social language. They are often quick to spot shifts in culture and comfortable standing out in a crowd that gets it. But the flavors diverge sharply. Hype-beast types thrive on the chase. Techwear fits the analytical city dweller who wants gear that functions like armor against the chaos, and Gorecore speaks to the pragmatic adventurer who mixes outdoor utility with style. Vintage pulls in storytellers and romantics who borrow from the past. The personality shifts noticeably depending on the era they're drawn to. 1950s and pin-up attract those who love polished femininity. 1970s disco brings the extroverted party energy, and 1980s power dressing fits the ambitious, shoulder-padded go-getters. Victorian and Art Deco draw the dramatic, detail-oriented types who crave romance. And grunge channels the detached, anti-establishment cynic who finds beauty in deliberate imperfection. Minimalism and its subgenres appeal to people who crave mental clarity and control in a noisy world. These are the deliberate, introspective types who edit everything down to what truly serves them. They're often calm, decisive, and quietly confident because they've removed the excess. Each subgenre refines the same core need for simplicity, but the emphasis is cozy, philosophical, or ruthlessly efficient. Gothic and punk and their subgenres clearly split into different personalities even though they share an outsider edge. The broad category attracts intense, nonconformist types, often deep feelers who reject mainstream expectations and express complexity through darkness or rebellion. Punk specifically pulls the raw, defiant, DIY-driven personalities who channel anti-authority fire and community solidarity. Gothic leans more inward and theatrical. It attracts the melancholic dreamers who romanticize darkness and beauty in decay. Cyberpunk fits the dystopian futurists who mix tech with rebellion. Chic attracts refined, quietly magnetic people who move through life with effortless elegance and a sharp eye for balance. They aren't trying to stand out dramatically, they simply want to look polished and put together in a way that feels natural and elevated, whether it's a perfectly cut blazer or a subtle luxury detail that only the right observers notice. Artsy draws the imaginative, boundary-testing creatives who see clothing as an extension of their studio or their inner dialogue. These are the visual thinkers who layer meaning, texture, and unexpected combinations into every outfit, treating fashion like another medium for storytelling and self-exploration. Subgenres like avant-garde artsy or eclectic studio artsy push this even further, turning the wearer into a walking installation of ideas and references. Professional pulls in the driven, results-oriented achievers who treat their wardrobe as part of their toolkit for presence and credibility. They are structured, decisive, and focused on signaling competence and authority without distraction. Sharp lines, quality fabrics, and a composed silhouette that says, "I've got this." Sporty belongs to the energetic, body-aware movers who live with momentum and purpose. These are disciplined yet playful personalities who want clothes that perform as well as they look. They value vitality and efficiency over ornamentation. Drop a comment and tell me, what style are you currently wearing these days and which one are you leaning toward for the future? Let's inspire each other to start choosing clothes not just based on trends but on a style that truly defines us for the long term. A style that supports and reflects the extraordinary lives we are all capable of living. Hugs!